question was posed to me today by one of my clients who called, and he asked, did I do the right thing or not? I went to the bank and I withdrew a good amount of cash, and I'm keeping cash on hand. Is that smart or not? I answered him, telling him that's exactly what I did 4 weeks ago. I think it's smart to keep cash on hand because the future is so unknown. Nobody can tell you what life is going to look like 30 days from today. Nobody could have told you 30 days ago what life was going to look like today. So when the unknown faces us, cash is king. Now, in that regard, another question comes up sometimes. Are we in a recession or a depression? And I say, that's semantics. What's the difference? The fact of the matter is, we're definitely in a recession today. No question about it. When 30% of our workforce is not working, when states aren't receiving tax revenues from sales taxes, when businesses are closing because of lack of revenue and lack of available cash, that's the definition of a recession bordering on depression. Will it become a depression? Probably. Do we have any examples of how to live through a depression? Sure. Check out the lives of your grandparents. They all lived through the 20s and the 30s, when boom times in the 20s, depression era in the 30s. We all remember the stories of people having no food and no clothes, no work, no cash. So those of us who can garner cash, keep it on hand, because with the unknowns coming up in the future, unpredictability is king. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if some extraordinary measure is announced by the government which might lead to a perception of weakness by our adversaries. A cyber warfare could happen. The banks could shut down electronically, not by will, but because the electric grid is bombarded or their contacts through the Ethernet are blocked by cyber warfare. All things are possible today. I'm not a fearmonger, but I'm telling you that all things are possible. And all we have to do is make sure we're ready for the unknown. Cash is king. You have to keep cash on hand. Debt is terrible. Always, when in good times or bad, it's always good to get rid of your debt. Reduce it to as much as you can, as little as you can. Credit card debt, if you're paying credit card rates of 18, 20, 22%, a phone call to the credit card company requesting them to lower the limit will always result in a reduction of the interest rate being charged on the credit card debt limit. In many cases, I've heard it being reduced to 14 or 15%. While nobody wants to pay that, it's certainly better than 20 or 22%. So, reduce debt, pay it off if you can, reduce the interest charged on your debt, keep cash on hand, keep confidence in the future by making plans. Plans for the unknown. That's all I can tell you. Are we in a recession or a depression? In my house, every day is a joy. If you have people you love that are living with you, you're not in a depression. If you don't have enough food to eat, you have people who love you, who will provide you with that food if you ask. Nobody that I know is in that situation. God knows where everybody else is. But when it comes to retirement savings, people have called and asked me also, do I have anything to worry about in my annuity? We've transferred money from a 401k into an equity indexed annuity. The stock market has lost 30 or 35% in the last month. How does that affect me? Well, it doesn't affect you one bit. That's the beautiful part about an annuity. It shelters you from all loss. It protects your most safeguarded cash, your retirement savings. You get the best interest rate possible, and you can't ever lose a dollar, not one. So I get many clients calling me today saying, thank you. Thank you. The money I used to have in the mutual funds would have lost 35% in the last month, but today, although I didn't make any money, I didn't lose any money. And I tell them that's true. That's the value of an equity indexed annuity through insurance companies. Also keep in mind that the value of an equity indexed annuity allows you to make money as the market's going up. Now, it doesn't have to get back to where it was a month ago for you to start making interest. It just has to go up from its low. So as it goes up from the low that it fell to, a little bit of increase, you make money. If it goes down again, you don't lose any money. It goes up again a little bit, you make money again. Every up in the stock market, no matter how small it is positive for the interest earning in your equity indexed annuity. If that raises questions for you, feel free to call me. I'm available to answer your questions, to help you, to guide you and direct you. But more than anything, stay home, stay healthy, and stay hopeful.